Hi everyone, today I'm tackling my new shed base to replace my existing, rotting, crumbling, useless shed. We're going to go through all the steps on how I build, square, sheet, and prep this 8x12 shed base for my fancy new backyard shed. For those of you that missed the last episode, I covered the design of the shed, graded, graveled, and laid patio blocks for the foundation. Be sure to go back and check out the first video for all the design details. Now what we got to do is we need to get the base going. Let's talk a little bit about what we have here for materials. Okay, so we went on a buying spree yesterday. I have some 2x6 pressure treated for the base of it. Now technically they're not ground contact rated, but they should be fine, especially on that. There's 4 inches of gravel to drain underneath it. I don't think water's touching it. We have some 2x6s to make some door headers for. Technically I only need 1 door header, but I bought enough to do 2. And here's some of our lumber, some 2x10s for some bottom cords for trusses. Now I think I'm gonna change the design of my truss, so I shouldn't need 2x10s, but I'll use those anyway. A whole ton of studs so that I don't have to cut a bunch of lumber. A little bit of 2x8, mostly these are for the top of the trusses, but I have another pile of them over in the other corner from doing the concrete forms. Now, my floor and my roof, hopefully all of my roof, are gonna be out of the leftover plywood. From the concrete forms is 3/4 inch, so it'll be great for the floors. It's pretty overkill for the roof, but I might do metal, so that's gonna be there. And we have a whole whack load of 7/16 or 10 mil OSB. I'm using this for all the sheeting. Now, I'd way rather use plywood than OSB. I actually really hate OSB. It disintegrates, it pulls apart, it doesn't do well if it gets wet. But this stuff's 10 bucks a sheet. 1/2 inch plywood right now, or 3/8 inch plywood right now, is $33 a sheet. So at 1/3 of the cost, about 130 bucks for all of this, this was a no-brainer. All right, so with all that said, let's get into setting up for this. I gotta get a whole bunch of tools out, we gotta get some materials around. Let's just get all set up and then we're gonna get going building that base. Okay, so here's how we're setting this up. I have my miter saw stand here set up with a brand new Bosch saw, sponsored by my wallet. A compressor that'll be right here because I'll have to switch hoses because I only have one really long 14 gauge extension cord. We have a couple different nailers, siding nailer that I'll use to put on the sheeting, then a big framing nailer that I'll probably use to frame the walls, circular saw, and then just a driver. I need to buy a new framing blade. So I did boy math and said, instead of buying a $70 blade, I'll buy a $700 saw. So that's what I did. So let's talk about the layout of this shed. The center portion is going to be the 8x8 square that's in the plans. Now, oh yeah, plans. I'm hoping that by the time this video is up, there will be a set of plans up with this video that you guys can use and build the shed if you want to. So the plans have a center 8x8 skid. Now, I am going to run my joists this way. Now, it doesn't really matter which way your joists run. They can run front to back, they can run side to side. It doesn't make any difference. The reason I am doing it this way is I may try to park my track dumper in the shed over the winter. And so what I want to make sure is that it's bearing down on a couple different crap. That's what I wanted to do. I can't do that because I put the center support here. So what I'm going to do, I lied to you, is my joists are going to go this way, so that way they are supported here, here, and here. So these should be 8 feet long, which they are not. Interesting. Okay, so I need 2 cut to 8 feet long, and then these are 1.5 inches wide, unless these are dumb too. No, they're 1.5 inches wide. So then I need all of the joists cut to 3 inches less than 8 feet long. So let's cut those now. So I like stacking my lumber when I cut like this. 8 feet. Oh, good thing I'm cutting these. So these aren't even the same length. How is that so quiet? That is the quietest saw I've ever used. So now the rest we're gonna cut 3 inches off, which is 93 inches. So we need 7 of them for the base. So let's go, let's cut 7. Okay, so we'll just do that process 7 more times. Actually, that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4 more times, and then we're done, and then we'll get back to the shed. I grabbed a couple sawhorses just so that I can film this up here. Now, you want to set the crowns of your lumber up so they're curving like that. I guess the crown down, because you want to attach your joists to the crown when it's cupped like this, because it'll just work out better. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out the joists on here, the 7 joists, on 16-inch on centers. And I have a lot of lumber left over, so I don't know what I planned that for. That's a lot of extra lumber. I'm confused. All right, let's do this. 16, 32, 48, 64, 80, and then that should be 96. So when you're laying these out, you're gonna want them on the same side. So what I like to do is I like to put an X where my joists are going. Square to mark both. And then we have one at the end here. Let's put one there, one on the back side. Because of where I'm building this, I'm gonna start with the back side, fasten that, and then I'm gonna drag the whole thing back and I'll put the front on just because I can't get a drill behind where this is gonna go once this is in place. And I'm using screws for this. These are number 10, 3.5 inch. Okay, so I just started 3. I'm gonna throw a joist here, and my gravel is making this unlevel now. And all I'm gonna do, make sure it's flush on the top. And I'm putting 3 screws in it. So I'm gonna get the rest of the boards in now and just bust along. Just save one good straight one for the far end. Not that one, that's probably the best. So I'm just going along and laying them out. These have almost no crown down the board, which is good because you want them flat. But if they do have a crown, you want your crown up, because when you put all the weight on it, it's gonna flatten it down. Or if you do this and you put the crowns down, then you're gonna have a really hard time getting your base in place and it's gonna rock all over the place. You can go here. So same thing here, I have my lines here. I'm using my finger to set the top. All right, now what I'm gonna do is drag this backwards to notionally where this is gonna go. So this is by no means final position, but I just needed to get it somewhere. I needed to scoot it back. We're gonna start throwing on some of the front board so that we can get it all squared and tied together. So it's the same thing that when we do this one, we're gonna flip it up. First part of the skid done. Now, we're gonna square this up afterwards. We're not gonna worry about it right now. What I'm gonna do is start cutting the little extensions to the skid, and then we're gonna see how much lumber we have left over, because we might be able to do a whole bunch of blocking in here. 2 feet minus 1.5 inches, 22.5. Okay, I did my layout on the 6-foot boards. So, let's get them built. So I'm gonna build these first. So I'm gonna have to move this actually, and I'll build it up here now. Just because I'm gonna run out of space. Okay, we've now built one of these. So we're just gonna slide it into place, pull it over here. And so then these get installed 1 foot back from here. This is 1 foot back from here. And then all of these joists go in. So we'll measure this out, we'll tack these 2 sides in, and then we'll install it. The best way to do this is measure back 12 inches, mark that there, get this out of the way, take a speed square. My speed square is too big. That sucks. Lift this up, put a speed square on it, mark your line, move this over to the line. None of this is square yet. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now what we gotta do, we gotta go from here, 16, 32, 48, 64. Put some screws in it. Okay, so we'll throw the other one together and then we'll get going. Okay, I'm gonna square this, and I'm gonna notionally do it by making that side the same. There we go. I now need to make sure that this is actually square. I'm gonna do that by measuring corner to corner. 136.5. So if it's square, this should be 136.5. 135. So it is not square, and this is the short side. So I'm happy with the placement. So what I'm gonna do is I'll stick a ratchet strap here, a ratchet strap over there, and then I will squeeze this until this dimension matches that dimension. Take your ratchet strap, stretch it. So I'm 135.5 there. I'm gonna give it one more, 135.75. Now it's hard to measure with the strap here. 135.75. So this is now square. Okay, let's throw some sheeting on this. So this is all my sheeting that I used for my forms. It's not in the best shape ever. It's bounced off of square again. Here's how to square with a piece of plywood. I have a nailer. You can use screws. I'm just gonna use nails right now, and then I'll probably throw a couple screws in it afterwards. But if you don't have a nailer, don't worry about it. Use screws, it's just slower. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna line this up with this back edge and the side edge, and I'm gonna put a nail in it. So just one nail. I'm gonna now go over here, and I'm gonna move it over, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Then I'm gonna put a bunch of nails in here. Now, you'll see that this front edge is off over here, but you can very easily pull the plywood and it squares that whole edge and this whole front. That's now all the same. So I'm now just gonna work this a little bit, put some nails in it. All right, that's one piece on. We're gonna get this other piece in, one corner in, and then I'm gonna come to the front. So what my next step's gonna be is taking a string line, and we're gonna string line all of these joists so that I can put nails directly in the joists instead of missing and guessing. So let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna take a chalk line. We're gonna find our screws. We're gonna pull this out. We're gonna pull and snap. Okay, let's bang in the rest of these nails. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do while I'm here, you can see them, is mark the joists going here. So there's a secret for cutting side pieces like this. Put it in place before you cut it. Nice face up. I'm gonna line up my back edge. So I'm just gonna put one nail in it, same way before. I'm gonna mark here, because that's the edge. I'm gonna give it the beans in each one of these joists. That'll hold it on so that I have a nice work table here to cut off. I designed this so that you should only have to use a half sheet of plywood. So we're gonna go for 2 feet here. So we'll mark it out on that side. We're gonna mark it out on this side. Pull the chalk line, I'm gonna tighten it up and give it a snappy snap. I'm gonna go to the edge and put my saw here because I don't really wanna cut into the joist a 1/16 of an inch below. Okay, it's a pretty good cut. All right, it is done. Our 3/4 inch plywood's on top, everything's square, everything's nailed off. I used stainless steel nails on the decking, mostly because I already had them. So next is gonna be starting to get our walls framed up. That should be pretty straightforward.